At the end of almost 2000, I was a motivational speaker, and I was speaking in front of 300 to 10,000 people at a time, and I would speak for sometimes 8 hours a day. And I got to a point where I just was starting to have lower back issues. I saw 13 different doctors, and the reason I saw 13 different doctors was because everyone would tell me something different. So instead of continually to be referred, I just started doing my own research. And 4 years ago, I came across Dr. Wang, and I did my own research, his school, his background, different testimonials, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna make an appointment with him. I had all of my MRIs and I had everything with me, and I was so excited to finally meet him. And the PA brought me into his office, and he came back in. He said, Dr. Wang will be in just a minute. And in walked the PA. And he said, Dr. Wang would like you to get an x-ray of your upper back. And I'm like, I haven't even seen Dr. Wang yet. And I go, it's not my upper back, it's my lower back. And he said, I know, but Dr. Wang saw you walk in, and he would like you to get an x-ray. Being to so many different doctors, I was questioning yet another doctor. But long story short, I was back in with Dr. Wang 4 days later. And he walked in, and he was so nice and so sweet, and like no other doctor I'd ever seen. And he opened up his laptop. There's this big S, and he said, this is your back. You actually have scoliosis. And he was the first doctor that ever picked up on it. Nobody ever mentioned it. So he explained all of it to me. He was super thorough, and he wasn't scary about it. He just said, I suggest that you keep doing whatever you're doing. And he looked at me, and he literally had tears in his eyes, and he said, if you were my wife, if you were my daughter, if you were my sister, I would tell you, please don't ever have surgery. And he said, if and when you do the most minimal surgery you could possibly do. I was just like, okay, I can just keep doing what I'm doing. I wasn't able to do seminars anymore because my biggest problem is I couldn't stand. I could walk, I could sit, I could lay down without any pain, but I just couldn't stand. Eventually I got to a point where I had no life. I absolutely had no life. I had no doubt that if I was gonna do anything, it would be with Dr. Wang. And I walked in, and he just hugged me, and he goes like, I remember you. I go, you do? And he said, I do. We went through everything since I had seen him last, and he said, I would recommend just this minor lumbar laminectomy. And immediately I'm like, okay, well, how much downtime? And and he's like, it's outpatient. You'll be, kind of taking it easy for a couple weeks, and then you'll be able to get back to your normal life. And we got here at 6:30 in the morning. We were home about 45 minutes away by 10:30 in the morning. I had bought a walker. I never needed it. Within an hour, I was walking every hour. I would get up and walk. I was sore from the surgery, but right away I could stand. I've recommended this Dr. Wang to so many people. Everybody can't believe my life now, and it's only been 3 months. There's nothing that is better than having your life back.